So anyway, thanks a lot. I'm Bryan Bliss, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how the internet is really allowing us an awful lot of personal power in marketing our businesses these days. So why the internet and why now? Basically, the technology has really come so far and has been so developed, and it's been made so easy and so user-friendly. It's really empowered the little guy. It really puts you in the driver's seat where you can take control of your message, of your communication, of your connections, and really make it easy for you to market your business on very little budget and with a degree of focus and targeting that's never been available before. Some of you who may have been in sales or have used direct marketing and used other forms of media know that the speed and the pace of the feedback and the response from your efforts, that can be really painful, that can take a real long time, and it can be really expensive to test out how your message is actually generating sales and generating customers for you. And so often the need for your marketing schedule is you've got to be doing all these different things, and it's really hard to know where your customer really came from. Did they come from this radio ad? Did they come from a TV ad or a newspaper? You don't really know, and in the sales process, sometimes it's a hiccup to actually stop and say, how did you get here? How did you find out? So you don't necessarily want to interrupt that. But one of the things that's worked really well in the internet marketing so far is just how easy it is to actually track where your traffic comes from, how strong your message is being responded to, and exactly the lifetime value of each customer. So, another really phenomenal value of being able to use all of these different tools and resources on the internet is if you use them right, if you go into it with the right mindset in the beginning, you can repurpose your efforts so that it's not just creating a customer base, it's not just building relationships, it's not just building rapport, but it's also incrementally building the strength of your website and making it easier for customers to find you when they're searching for solutions to their problems. So the search engine optimization strength of social media, SEO, is, in my opinion, that's my biggest, strongest, most valuable reason for using social media and the internet and all these different tools for internet marketing. And it's also it's a phenomenal supplement to any other types of sales procedures and any other types of marketing methods that you're using. So it works really well with direct mail. You send somebody a direct mail, a postcard that you can track it back and send them to a link on a web page. And then everybody who hits that website with that link name, you know, okay, that's exactly where they came from, this one direct mailing. And if you decide to change a couple of words in your mailing, you can change the link that you send them to, and you know, well, this mailing did better than that one, or this newspaper ad did better than that one. And it's really easy to know, so you can constantly readjust and fine-tune your efforts and only spend your time and money where it's really making the most impact. The power that's also come with being able to manage your own message it's a whole new level of relationship building and authenticity that a lot of businesses haven't really had available to them. It's normally cost huge amounts of money. Corporations spend millions, even billions of dollars branding, trying to get their business remembered for a certain thing and to be a certain way, and trying to create a brand or a feeling about their company that makes people know them and like them and trust them. But if you were to start to master some of the tools in social media, you can create conversations with the people who are there and create, start to build rapport and create feelings within them and plant memories within them, tell them stories, give them images on a very real, powerful, and focused way. So, I don't know, am I getting a little bit of, is this starting to get a little confusing here?
No.
Everyone following me here? Just want to kind of tap in. Leverage is another phenomenal aspect of being able to use some of these tools now. I'm going to get to them a little bit later, but some of the tools allow you to repurpose your time and your effort and your money. So if you create one message in one way, so much of these technology and these tools allow you to translate it and repurpose it in different modalities that people would be more likely to respond for. You can write a blog post, or you can write something, and some people respond better to the written word. Other people respond better to being able to have your message spoken to them. So you can translate it into an MP3. You can also translate it into a video. You can create mind maps and different ways of organizing and presenting the same message so that people who learn and understand and hear differently, they can all get the maximum impact from basically the same message. And if you do your work once and then press send in ways that kind of spins or repurposes your content into different areas, into different ways, it's really incredibly powerful. And so many of those tools as well are also free or just super cheap. The way that I think you can get the most power out of investing any time in internet marketing or social media is to first off focus on the mindset of, there's so many different ways, and there are so many different experts or self-proclaimed experts trying to tell you how to present you, but really that can get kind of overwhelming, it can get kind of confusing, and it can get very expensive if you're going off and buying all of this different training. What I find is the most empowering is to really bring yourself, step back a little bit, and think of it in a couple of different ways. And my favorite way of thinking about your marketing on the web is consider yourself kind of like, well, let's use the parenting analogy. You're teaching, you're communicating, you're empowering, and the customers are your children. You want to structure all of your communication to them in ways that builds trust. You want to do it in a way that allows for repetition. Kids don't just learn the first time you give them a lesson. You want to say it and say it again, say it in a different way, and be patient. And you want to make sure that they get that same message no matter where they're at in their daily, routine. So another thing about the parenting analogy that I think works especially well for social media is you want to try to keep it simple and brief. If some of you are just on your way to becoming parents, but the analogy works especially for me that, if there's something that I need my kids to understand, it's really, if I can condense my idea down into a soundbite or a bullet point or something, this is what I want, that's so much better than a long drawn-out conversation. And the web especially one of my favorite tools, Twitter, forces you to be, to really respect economy of language. You want to be brief, you want to be specific, you want to have your language be as impactful and as powerful as can be. And you don't want to waste a lot of time. So the other, I think,